So, hey guys, welcome to this new video. In this new video, I'll be talking about Git and GitHub. You heard me right? So in this video, I'll not be going into very technical details. I'll show you how to install Git and GitHub and what is the need of Git and GitHub. And Git and GitHub, why do we use it? And what are the needs of Git and GitHub? Are they same or are they different? We'll talk about each of these things. So let's get started. So let me share my screen and you'll be able to see my screen here. Awesome, right? That's really great. So now let me place this here on my second screen and let's start. So let me open this. Okay. So now Git and GitHub, everything about it, right? So step number one, I'll first explain you everything about the installation. Then we'll talk about like what do you say, why do we need it? I think you will be more excited to install these things, right? This is how what you need to do. Step number one, just write install Git. Okay, just give it a search and you'll get the website gitscm.com. Just click on download Git. Okay, and based on your operating system, you can download it. As simple as that. Okay. Okay, now if you are like, it's very simple to install. You don't have to do anything. Just normally, as you install an app, you will simply install it. Just a special thing for Mac OS user. In case if you are a Mac OS user, you can install it in this way, but you have an easier way to do it. Open your terminal. Okay, this is your terminal for a Mac OS. If you don't know, just give it a search terminal. And what you can do, just write git --version. Click on enter. Of course, you will not get this if you have not installed this. Okay, so what will you get? You will get a pop-up that do you want to download Git? Download Git. Okay, so Apple have already made a Git for you. This is Apple Git. Okay, so you can use that. Awesome. Great. So this is the next. The next thing is like, what is GitHub? You told me about Git. Is Git and GitHub same? I'll say not exactly. I'll say like, let's suppose you have heard about HTML and CSS. You know, HTML and CSS is used to make a website. So if you make a website with HTML and CSS, what will you call? You will call that a website, and the technology is HTML, CSS. This is the same thing. GitHub is a website, okay, that is using the technology which is provided by Git. Okay, so Git is a technology, and GitHub is a website that use that technology. But many times you have heard this word Git and GitHub at the same time. The reason is Git was one of the first websites which started using Git and it became very popular. Like, I'll give you an example. What do you go to a shop and tell about what do you want to buy when you want to buy a toothpaste? You don't go to a shop and tell, okay, which toothpaste you want to buy. You just go and say, hey, I want to get a Colgate, right? And he gives you, even if he gives you Pepsodent, you are very happy. Okay, it's a Colgate, but technically Colgate is a different brand. A toothpaste would be the word. But since we are using it from a long time, it has actually become a synonym of toothpaste, right? This is what has happened. Okay, don't get confused. Next thing, once you have installed it, that's great and that's awesome. Let's go to the next thing. So in the next thing, we will use github.com. Okay, so go to github.com, just sign up. As simple as that. You don't have to do anything. Just sign up to github.com. I've already signed up. So I think you guys are smart enough to sign up, right? Okay, just start GitHub sign up in case you have already not done it. Make sure you remember your password because that is very useful and needed a lot of times. Okay, your email ID and password, you should always remember it. Awesome. So now we can come to a very interesting question: is why do we need Git and GitHub? So let's talk about this. So let me open something. Okay. Oh, I'm not getting it. No problem. I think I don't have a login there. Using multiple browsers is always a problem, right? You can relate it if you are using it. Okay, this is what I was opening. Sometimes you don't remember the website name. You just remember a keyword which basically triggers the website, right? So, okay. Basically, I needed a writing pad. That's it. So now, guys, okay, let's suppose someone is teaching you a course which is for, let's suppose, 40 days. Okay, so what will happen? Every day that guy will code and he will share the code to you. So now, how do you think he can share you the code? You will say, no problem. He can share me maybe like, what do you say? He can zip and send it to me, or he can copy paste the code. I'll be like, okay. So let's suppose we talk about day one. Day one, he zipped or copied and sent it to you. Similarly, he did for day two. Now day two, usually what will happen? He will continue in the same code. Like he has, let's suppose he's making a website. Some part of website he made on day one. Now next part he'll continue on day two. So he will zip the complete code, right? Means just day two will have a code for day one and day two, because there is no way to differentiate them, because in the same files, again, he'll be writing on day two. On day three, again, he'll be writing on the same file that he created on day one. So as you progress, you may realize that this zip is getting bigger and bigger. Why? Because day three contains the contents of day one and day two. So day 40 will have the contents of day 1 to day 39 and also day 40. So zip will grow bigger. But you will say, I don't have a problem with space. Why do I even worry? I have 1 TB space or 500 GB space. I'm like, okay, no problem. That's not a big problem anyway. But this is one problem. The next problem, which is a very big problem, is this. So let's suppose he shared you a code on day 1. Okay. So now what basically you did? You downloaded a code and this is your code. Okay. So let's suppose in the file, he basically wrote ABC. Okay. So you have the file ABC, and you made some changes. You added ENF. Like you tried some changes from your side, right? So you added some changes on day 2. What happened? He did some more changes in his file. Again, he zipped it and sent it to you. So now you have a new file which have ABC, XYZ. You don't have your changes. So what you have to do? You have to copy paste your changes. And it does not look too bad at initial thought, but just think. Let's suppose on day 1 you coded in 10 files and you added just one line in each file. Okay. And now on day 2, what you have to do? You have to go to that each file, and then what you have to do? Like every file you have to copy that line and paste it here. This is 1 day work. Now just imagine it for day 40. So every day 1 to day 39 work, you have to copy it like that. It will be a very tedious task, right? This is where Git comes and solve your problem. So Git solves a lot of problem. I just listed out few. Some problem I have not listed out because currently as a beginner, you may not need it so much. As we proceed further, we'll understand. Git is a topic that we'll learn throughout. Okay. But I want you to get comfortable at the start. Okay, so let's suppose what Git basically provides us. Let's suppose I have a file initially ABC. Okay, so I'll push this code to Git. So push means upload the code. So in technical word, up to the upload, we use the word push. So this code will be pushed to GitHub with the help of Git. Okay. Now you will download that code because he will share you a link. Through this, you will download the code. So the word download is called pull. Remember the word push and pull. Okay. Push means upload, pull means download. Okay, done. Now you also receive that file in your system. Okay, so this is file in your teacher system. This is, you are a student, and ABC is also on the GitHub. Okay, now there are 3 copies of the file. Okay, now on date, what you did, you made some changes here in your local system ENF. Awesome. Now A, B, X, Y, Z on day 2. This is a condition on day 2. So he will push the code again. So you will say, what will happen now? This copy will be pushed. So again, there will be 2 pages. No, I'll say no, that is not how it happens. So see how GitHub sees this page. It will see, okay, this part and this part is unchanged. Let's call this line number 1, line number 2, line number 3, line number 4, line number 5. Okay. So GitHub will say, okay, line number 1 and 2 are unchanged. So no problem. So line number 1 and 2 will be unchanged. Okay, so such kind of messages will be passed. Line number 3 is changed. So what will GitHub do? GitHub will pass a message, delete line number 3. So C will be removed and add line number 3 as X. This will be added. For line number 4, add Y. Line number 5, add J. So basically, there was no new file created. The same file only, this code was attached. They compared line by line and space by space and added to that particular file. Awesome. Great. So now when you take a pull, okay. So of course, there are ways in GitHub through which you can do. You can pull the new changes and your changes will still be right. This is great. This is one of the very important and beginner level feature that attracts you to use Git. But there are much more features like branching and other things, but we'll talk about them slowly. Okay. So I think you got the point of using Git and Github, and that was my main aim for you to do so. So before continuing with the next video of GitHub, what I basically want you guys, I want you guys to install those things. Okay. Now a special note for Windows users. And what is a special note? Okay. So when Mac users basically install Git and GitHub, no problem. You'll just get a Git thing. Okay, you can, whoever have installed Git, you can verify it from here. Writing Git space, like I mean to say space, minus version. And you will see some number. It may not be as same as mine. Okay, because you may be seeing the video today or 10 days later, doesn't matter. Okay, the version can change, but if you get a number, that's fine. Okay. So now for a Mac user, you will say, I don't have a terminal. Okay. I mean to say it's a Windows user. So no problem. You will have two things. Okay. Before installing GitHub, you will have something called CMD. You can just search for CMD. It will open. There you can write git space minus version once you have installed it. But it is my personal recommendation. Okay. As soon as you install Git, you will have something like this terminal. The name will be git bash. Okay. Like you will have a CMD also, but something like this terminal, you will have git bash, GIT-BASH with a space in between. So use that instead of your normal CMD. It's much preferred. Okay. So that's all from my side, guys. Okay. If you have any query, any confusion, do let me know. Okay. So we'll get into next video and understand more about commands, how to use these commands to push something to GitHub and pull something from the GitHub. Okay. So see you in the next video. And but till then, do practice it, do install it. That's quite necessary. Okay, guys. Then bye-bye. See you later.